LEVY Dykema is involved in all sorts of projects. We do commercial, retail, residential, schools. We have an aspect of our firm that's purchasing, so we actually do the whole package with interiors and install. I personally am very involved in the residential and the retail. I do a lot of the credit unions and homes, and I guess we're very client-centric regardless of the project. We focus on what is needed to create great architecture, not just good architecture. And that starts with a good client and responding to a client and then responding to the project and the project needs. What inspires Biby Dykema to be creative? And this is an interesting question because I've thought about it after 44 years of doing this, and what makes me never doubt being an architect one day and not ever doubting. You know, people change what they do all through life, and I've always loved being an architect. I think that's one thing that inspires me, that I love what I do. And then the other thing that inspires me is my clients. I have been so lucky to have great clients for all these years, and I still do. And a good client that loves what you do, there's nothing better in the world. It builds you up, it makes you feel great every day. And I'm just lucky that I work hard, but I have clients that appreciate what we do here and say it to us all the time. And I don't know a profession that gets that kind of feedback and that could make you feel like $1 million every day. The difference in a good design and a great design, in my opinion, a great design checks off all the boxes. And those boxes are wonderful siting, like where you put that building on a site and how you address the environment that it's in. Using innovative materials that are sustainable. In other words, putting in materials that will last and they're not just throwaway, because we really do live in a throwaway society, which makes me really sad. Third is relating to your client and working with your client to create something beautiful. And you know, our most successful projects are those where we do all of those things and go above and beyond. And that's the difference in kind of what I would consider mediocre or good design and great design. So the culture here at LEVY Dykema is interesting. We have a young crew predominantly, and I feel that it's my obligation to instill in this young crew the love of design, the love of working as a team, respect, humility is a big deal in group. You know, this is a group effort. Psychiatry and architecture evidently are very linked, and they use the same side of the brain. And so sometimes I think of myself as a psychiatrist here, because I'm now one of the people that they all look up to. And that, I will tell you, is a serious thing. I take it very seriously. So I try to be young at heart. You know, so many times we laugh, and I'm able to laugh at myself, which is very important with these young people here. You know, we laugh, and they'll ask me the date of something, and then they all look at each other and smile, and they say, oh my God, I wasn't even born then. So we laugh about it, but the culture here is pretty much like a family. And I will say that in our community, it is known that it's fun to work here. And that is something we get together after work as friends, and we go to, you know, I go to babies' birthdays, and you know, it's part of liking who we work with, and I think it reflects in our work because we love what we do, and this crew that we're nurturing to grow up to be successful architects know that they're cared for and they have a future. Well, we've been fortunate to receive so many compliments from clients. And to try to narrow it down to the biggest or best is hard, because For instance, we ask clients all the time for letters of recommendation when we're trying to get a project. And we get these letters back that are so nice and so supportive that it's just mind-blowing. It's wonderful. I guess, and this is a general answer because I don't have one particular, because there's so many wonderful client responses, but when you have a client, for instance, that you design something for, and it's often, like, let's just say a residential project, and they love it so much that they call you and they say, you know, we're gonna move into our vacation house because we love it and we're so happy when we're there that we're just gonna move there. And you go, gosh, I don't know, should I feel bad about that? Or, you know, then you realize it's such a compliment. You know, they love the space so much that they wanna be there all the time. And I guess that, for me, that's one of those moments that you think, you know, I've done it. This is a success. It just keeps you going.